Hello and welcome. I am Grim, and this is a Kerbal Space Program. So this game is not the newest to games, but it's new for me. Now what I've done is I've quickly gone through a couple of training missions. Now if you are starting out with this, you probably do want to go through a few of those. But what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll start a new game. So there we go. That'll be me, and I do want to play a career. I think with the career you can slowly research things, upgrade the buildings. It's just a bit of a better game, I think, that way. Yep, that flag looks fine to me. Yeah, we'll leave it on normal, and we'll go ahead with this. Okay, so here we go, Gene Kerman. It's basically a little introduction. He's the flight director. So yeah, it's just telling you controls, right mouse button to move around, arrow keys, left click once you go inside. And so we'll probably want to go to mission control. Now this is where you'll be given missions to choose from, and doing the missions will give you certain rewards. So I think, was that reputation or money? I think, oh no, sorry, I think that's reputation, science and money. So they're going to be pretty basic to begin with. So recover or transmit any science experiment data from Kerbal to achieve this. It's got no other restrictions, so if you want you can do this on the platform, the launch platform. But there's another one, launch your first vessel. So I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and we'll accept these. Now you can only have 2 active ones, I think, at this current level that we're at. But I'll quickly show you around a little bit. So we have things like the tracking station, which is just going to give you a quick view of the world. You can zoom in a little bit and see things a bit better. So I think we're currently around here as the space station, not station, space center. And you can zoom out and it'll show you your planet, its moons, its orbits, local star as well. So we'll try and come out of that if we can. There we go. So the tracking station, once you've actually got ships out in space, it'll become more apparent how you can use that. Next, the research and development. So here, once you complete missions, you'll get science points you can then spend on learning some new pieces, likes of rocket parts and general construction parts as well there. So, and what's that? Communications, decoupler, and thermometers as well. Okay, next we have the astronaut complex. So this will let you keep track of all your astronauts you currently have and applicants that you can hire. Now at the moment, because we've just started, we don't have the current cash to hire anyone else, and we don't really need to be honest. But we'll come back to that later through the episodes as we progress. Now the administration building, you have some lovely people who are helping you run the place, and if you have enough money you can start campaigns like fundraising and selling out your research rights and trying to get extra money through bailout grants. Again, something we'll cover a little bit later on. And then finally the 2 hangars. Now this place hangar we're not going to really play about with too much. It's more for, as it says, plane designs and not actual rockets or anything there. So the one we're going to look at is the vehicle assembly building. Now this is the main building where you can build spacecrafts. Now if you remember, we'd picked up the 2 missions, which was gather some scientific data and launch the first vessel. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start building things. So that's our pod there, and we're gonna want to bring it back with a parachute. If you right click there, you can start to see the settings. So I think that's the air pressure itself. Normally want to bring it up a little bit, and we'll bring the altitude up a little bit. So hopefully that's the last attempt for you to start opening the parachute, but it should be a safe altitude there anyway. I think it's an automated function on some things there. Okay, so what else do we need? No, we have no coupling yet, so I'll tell you what, we'll just throw a little solid state booster rocket there. Again, you can right click and change settings, so that's your thrust and the solid fuel amount itself. But you know what, we don't need to worry about that for the moment. We need some science parts, and if we just click on this symmetry, here we go, and actually toggle the snap. And there we go, we have our little science experiments on our first ship. So we'll call you test 1 because it's just a quick little test, just to complete these missions. Okay, so that's about ready enough for me. What we'll do is just save our ship in case we ever need to come back to it, and we'll try and go to launch. Okay, so the SES I believe is some sort of stability management. The RCS escapes me for the moment, but I believe we normally want both of those on for launching. Okay, now, if I remember correctly, I did say that we can test these on the ground before launch, so I might as well go ahead and do that. We have nothing. Do we have anything to transmit? Non-usable. Yeah, I don't think we've got anything to transmit there, but we'll keep the experiment data. And to tell you what, 3, 2, 1, launch. Now, what I forgot to do there is change my staging. I didn't want the parachute and the engine going off at the same time, obviously. But you know what? We're safe for the moment. The parachute is open, and we're kind of drifting safely back down to ground. So what I can do is we can warp the time up a little bit here, and we'll just speed that up. Can I quickly observe this goo in flight as well? I think that'll give us more research points doing little actions like that in flight, and obviously for the different actions you've done during the flight, like high flights, longest distances, things like that, I do believe gives you a little bit of extra research. Okay, so we're quite safely landed, literally exactly where we took off, which is fine. We're going to go ahead and recover our vessel there. So as you can see, we've got a few science points from what we've done there, and recovery of the vessel again. For some reason we have, because it's survived a flight, so that's given us a little bit of science points. Now we've got some funds built up from recovering parts from the actual craft itself, and 1 experience gained for our pilot. So it looks like we've got a total reputation boost of maybe 13, I think. Anyway, this little window down here will tell you of any important things. So, yep, we've got some milestones. We've broken speed records, launched the first vessel, broken another speed record, altitude records, we've received first missions, and 1 of our experiments has been returned. So, you know, we don't really need to keep that, we'll just get rid of that. And yeah, that's just telling about our achievements again. And that was for our missions. Okay, so as you can see now, mission control, we have a few more missions opened up to us. So some of these are taking observational reports over different areas. Some will be testing parachutes and other research pieces and different solid fuel boosters. But then you start getting to the fun things which are more difficult, like achieving actual orbit around the planet. No, I don't think we'll go for that one just yet. We'll maybe have a look at our research and development, seeing as we have unlocked, well not unlocked, but gathered 22 points in science. So I think we can probably unlock these, which will be our basic rocketry pieces. And engineering, which will give us likes of the basic decoupler, the stack decouplers, which we're going to need to use. And 12 more, do I have enough for anything else? No, unfortunately not, just short of survivability. Yeah. But, oh well, what we'll do is we'll carry on with things, and we'll slowly unlock those anyway. So again, we'll have a look at the missions and see what else we can do. These are observational ones. But here we go. That's a test one. So we've got certain parameters we need to stick within. So it's an altitude and a speed. Tell you what, we'll give that a try. Leave the facility and we'll load up test one. Now, what I'll do is I'll see if I can separate these out. And we did get stack decoupler, so I'll put you on there. Reattach you there. And I'll remember to swap out the sequences of operations. So rocket will fire first, then it'll decouple, and then we'll have the parachute return things hopefully for us. So that's the parachute that they want tested for the mission. So we just need to achieve either 2,000 to 8,000 meters and the speed of 120 to 290, sorry. So we'll just save the update for you there, and we'll give this a quick try and launch. Okay, so toggle these on, and yep, we'll go for launch. So our speed is quite high, I guess, there. We can detach that. And does that count as a test? There we go, we've hit the button to release it. So technically it was tested within the speed range and the altitude ranges. Or at least tested enough to satisfy the requirements there. And what else have we achieved? We've broken a speed record, another altitude record, and another altitude record, which is always good. And there we go, we've tested the parachute and gained our rewards there. So hopefully the parachute will open any minute. There we go. And that's, I presume, is our rockets falling and damaging something. Hopefully not too much, as there's not much around the launch site itself. Okay, so we'll wait for this to come back down and see what else we can do from there. Maybe quickly observe some goo. Just in case, I don't know if that'll do anything from the higher altitudes, or for now, at a lower altitude that will have changed the results again. But you know, it's worth trying these things. You might pick up some more research points from doing it. We've gone a little bit off the pad this time, so we've at least travelled some distance. And there we are, safe. Go ahead, recover you, and see what we've got. Okay, so a little bit more science. Ooh, science 19. I think we've possibly got enough to unlock something else there. Yep, some more funds back from recovered parts. Ooh, no XP this time, unfortunately. Oh well, never mind. So, research and development, 19.8. So, what do we have here? It's the survivability, so what's that? Heat shields. More parachutes. What are you? Ooh, the radial decouplers, they're certainly useful. Fuel tanks and boosters. We don't have enough for you anyway, so that's irrelevant. I think we're way away from landing struts at the moment, thanks. I think we'll go for stability. As I said, they're super useful. And the little winglets as well will keep you on a good course, hopefully. And the nose cones help with the aerodynamics, so that will do us there. Plus, later on that will help us with the aviation parts, and we can start building, hopefully, a space plane or some sort of plane. And then we can do a few more of the observation missions. But, tell you what, we'll call it a day for now. I thought I'd just let you see a brief glimpse of other games that I do play. And I might carry on this as well, as it's, you know, a nice game to relax with. And, the odd 20 minutes here and there is always a bit of fun. But anyway, remember, if you like what you've seen, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, feel free to leave a comment, and don't forget to check out Meta's channel. Okay folks, thanks now, bye.